I have full tinfoil hat, full conspiracy mode on Kendrick Lamar with the Super Bowl.
How's that?
I am like, I really fully believe everything Drake's been saying about people trying to take him down now. Kendrick Lamar being the Super Bowl headline is ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like insane to the point that it makes more sense to me that like they're doing that. There's an agenda than just saying like, oh no, he's a big name. He can do the Super Bowl. He cannot do the Super Bowl. There are, I would say like 90% of America can't name like a single Kendrick Lamar song.
I would agree with that. My thing is, if it was in Kansas City or I don't know, some other fucking shit town, sure. In New Orleans, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, if you're gonna now, a lot of people are saying, Kendrick Lamar has won like a Pulitzer Prize, and he's like this give it back to the community, and Lil Wayne is like this fucking, I drink lean and fucking have seizures on planes type shit, So I get why that is in play, but it brought me great joy that the overwhelming reaction was this should be Lil Wayne. Because I mean,
but even like Wayne, yes, should be there. I don't even think it should be Wayne's show. Like music in New Orleans.
Okay. So a lot, from the rap world, it was like if you're gonna have a rapper in New Orleans for the Super Bowl, it's got to be Lil Wayne
for sure.
But you just mean like in general, it's such a musical town that like
it's such a and like yes, you have Wayne, you have Juvenile. They're like I saw at New Orleans at Jazz Fest, Big Frida,
Harry Connick Jr.
I saw Big Frida in New Orleans. It's probably the best concert I've ever been to.
Really,
Big Frida in New Orleans at Jazz Fest
but
was
these
fucking
things, though,
insane.
I know what you're saying. The Super Bowl has to be like,
but that it would
one
be
of those gazelles we talk about.
It would be like Wayne, but Big Frida's there,
right?
And
right.
I would be surprised if Kendrick Lamar doesn't bring out Big Frida. But
I'm sure there'll be he did it at his pop up show. But like he's heavy rap, and like people were like, well, what about last year? It's like last year were pop stars, rappers who became pop stars.
Yeah,
and it took like the Avengers of all of them to get on stage at the Super Bowl, where it was like, okay, you'll have Eminem and 50 Cent and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and like I can't think of. I mean, outside of the rap genre, people are gonna be like, I don't know any of these songs. Like the average white person, the average girl, young people, old people, like there's like a slide in between that knows him, but no young kids are gonna really know, except for like not like us. But I don't know. Can you play like your pedophile song at the Super Bowl? Like it's just, and I'm not even like saying that as hate. It's just like you have to be a top 5 person to do the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because
you have to appeal to like 100 million people. I think there will be a huge chunk of America that will be like, I'm not even gonna watch this. So I'm gonna like go to the bathroom.
But now
he does put on a good show, and I actually think there'll be a lot of people going like, holy shit, that was a fucking spectacle. But they're just not gonna know any of the fucking music.
Him with was it Imagine Dragons?
Yeah,
it's still one of the sickest.
It's insane, and he'll do that. Like he's so smart that like they are gonna like seize the opportunity. But you just have to have a certain cachet going in.
But isn't that the point of having Jay-Z be like the director of all this? Is he's like this guy's gonna put on a fucking show.
I think that's where I'm more like, I think it's an anti-Drake thing.
But is that like it also isn't that like a fair reason to give it to him? If it's not even anti-Drake, if it's like, yo, Kendrick Lamar owned the year,
I think
then he gets a Super Bowl.
So that's my. If the rule is that if you win the battle rap of the year, you get rewarded the Super Bowl, I'm down with that.
Well, I don't even mean like yes, it was obviously a battle rap, but like culturally for the rap world, Kendrick Lamar has been
totally. But I think that's still such a smaller subsect of society where it's like I don't think the average person over the age of I don't even know what. I guess actually that's where it's that weird in between. Old people are not going to know that, and I don't think young people give a fuck either.
Yeah.
It's just like, I guess it's like my age, which is kind of like that demo of.
I think that's a cooler way to use the halftime show where it's like, here's an artist who's on the precipice, needs an audience, needs to reach the audience somehow, puts on a great show. I'm one of the people that don't know Kendrick Lamar songs. I still have not heard Not Like Us. I know it's
really no, you know that song.
I've heard.
You hear like,
I haven't listened to it. I've heard pieces of it. Yeah, I would know it if I heard it, but I have not listened to it front to back. Like, I'm kind of interested to see Kendrick Lamar put on a show.
Yeah, I think that there will be people who are, but I also just think that from a, I think people will walk away being like, that was when it's done, it'll be good.
Yeah.
I think people will be like, whoa, like he did deserve it or he did shine or whatever. But I think going in, there's going to be the least amount of like I mean, when it's, you're talking about people who have like 15 number one hits. You know, it's like it was like for certain people, it's like, oh, he has to leave off like this song because there's not enough time. This is, I don't know what he's gonna play.
But then
you play your battle rap songs because that's what like the most popular shit he's done is battle rap, which is awesome for fans like me. But for the 100 million, for the vast majority of that 100 million people watching, I think they're gonna be like, I don't know who this is, but that was cool. I
think that's a better way to do it. Like when they have like Aerosmith come out and you're like, Jesus, these guys are like
they're 1,000. Yeah.
Like, I know this song, but this is actually kind of sad.
And I do think Kendrick Lamar is very, very smart, as we saw, like how he just like assassinated Drake. That he probably has all of this, like understands all of this, knows what the response is, and is going to shut people up like he did. But you know, and maybe that's just like it's a shift in how they're going to do the Super Bowl. But I don't know. I think Drake putting all of his music out on Instagram recently, I thought did not really get as much talk as I thought. Like,
well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, what do you want? The guy who put out 60 songs and no one gives a fuck about any of them?
I'm not saying that it should be Drake. I'm saying that I think something is really going on where like. I'm surprised there wasn't more talk where he just completely bypassed like the Spotify, Apple Music, whole platform like debate that we always have about music. He just erased that by putting it out himself. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, I think that settled the debate.
Well, yeah, because it didn't work, right? I think he did it poorly, but I also think it's interesting that like I think it was still. I still think it like for him personally like was probably got a lot of traction. I don't think it became like a hit.
Yeah.
You know, so like I think overall, yeah. I also think like none of the songs were like particularly great. But I'm just saying that I think that was a move by him because he is like, fuck you guys, and they're like, fuck you back. Like I think that was a calculated move, not just like I'm gonna fuck around on the internet. I think it was like, I'm not going to use these platforms if like you guys are doing this to me.
What did they do to him?
I don't know. This is what he's had a lot of lyrics being like the higher ups are conspiring to take me out. And then like the Kendrick Lamar thing happens where like nobody in the industry supports him. And then something like this, I feel like is like we're trying to put like another nail in the coffin.
So because like the CEO of Spotify is like, we're done with Drake music?
I think he is like gotten to the point where he was so popular that he was like, I'm bigger than you, like than music.
Yeah.
And I think music wants to put that in check real quick. I think that like the CEOs of labels would link up with the CEOs of streaming, would link up with the CEOs of even like go to football and be like, we need to like almost like the this is why I'm saying it's like conspiracy shit. Cause I think like the top people would do something like that.
That would, I mean, maybe.
Cause it's just so, it's nobody even close to this has ever headlined the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it's such a small act compared to the other people.